Me, Nesser! Hey, it's me, Nesser. Welcome to Nesser Pod. This is where I dive a little deeper into some of my guests' lives. Sometimes we dive a little too deep, other times we stay on the surface vibing. Either way, come along on this journey. I hope you enjoy this episode. But yeah, what happened to Cole? Tour requirements.
Yeah. What's it called? He said he had tour requirements, so he couldn't stay and play.
Like, he's not a basketball player. Like, as much as I love him, but like,
yes.
just what I mean. Like,
as an artist.
unless he wants to like fully just cut it all off and do that, then which he probably won't ever.
I mean, 2 albums left. That's what he said, right? I went to go
It's
see
not just
him.
one more.
What? No, it's a boy and the fall off. The fall off and it's a boy. Either way. Don't do that to me. That wasn't funny.
Wait, you were gonna see him where?
No, I went to go see him because I haven't seen him because we're
Rolling Loud.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was a surviving experience.
You're not a festival person.
Yeah, I thought, my thing was, I was going to go see him.
Yeah.
And then obviously, because I don't know a lot of the people on the lineup, so I would learn from how they perform and whatnot, because it's a different venue type of thing, just to see what's up. My thing is, I know a lot of people, go there and then just be chilling, and then go late, and then find out there's so many people trying to get through, and then end up getting way later. So I was there earlier the whole time, all the time. So I'd be at the front, and the sun is beating. I'm standing there for hours and one, and then everyone comes together, and they just pushing and stuff. Like Playboy Cardi came out, but before he did, they were like, "Yo, if people get injured, if people start breaking, it's not gonna be fun. So let's be cool." Guy left. Everybody just went crazy.
Yeah,
he stepped out. People were pushing. Girls passed out. Guys passed out. I'm seeing 7 foot hench ass niggas just being carried over.
Crazy.
That
happened to me once.
Yeah?
Yeah. First time I saw Drake.
You passed out?
Yeah.
How?
I was front row, right? And it was my first concert ever. His first time coming to Ireland, 2013, I believe. No, not 2013, 2012. Yeah, anyway, early days still. First time coming out, Labyrinth opens for him. I go with my back then, you get me, Olivo friends. And and obviously, for them, concert and stuff are it's like an event.
Yeah.
So they dress up, tell me why I'm wearing skirt and heels and top, bro. So anyway, we get there at 6 o'clock, 6:30. Doors open, Tree Arena. Get to the front now. Me not knowing how concerts work, I'm like, Drake is gonna be here for 4 hours. No, it's not. Clap yourself, Nessa. So you got out, Labyrinth comes out. I don't mind Labyrinth, but that's not why I'm here, innit? And at the time, why is Labyrinth opening for Drake?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously Labyrinth's there. I'm just firming it. Next time I'm getting tired, but you know me, I'm dramatic. I'm just dramatic. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do 100%. If I'm gonna pass out, let me pass out well. So then,
where is this?
Just listen. I'm front row, pressed up against the thing. Yeah, Drake comes out. So as you say, everybody comes straight up, right?
Yeah.
But no, they're teasing Drake is coming out, so everybody starts coming out. So obviously I'm being pressed, and I've already been standing there for 3 hours. So 6:30 to 2 hours. Sorry, 6:30 to 8:30. Do you get me? So I'm tired. And we didn't move. I got to the front. I stayed there for the whole thing. I said I'm gonna touch Drake today. Next thing, I'm getting tired. I'm getting hot. Trying to get water, grab water. The water is going over me. I can't. I've been screaming for too long. Next thing, I just gone. They're carrying me out. As I'm in the air, my legs open wide, head back down. I hear Crew Love. I said there is no way. I'm upside down looking at Drake come out. I said there's no freaking way. And I end up being at the back for the whole thing. I watched the whole concert from the screen.
Me as well just watching on your laptop.
Bro, I might as well have been home. I should have just waited for it to drop on YouTube, But I was just there's actually there's no way,
Peak.
But yeah, did anybody
Yeah, my boys passed out.
Jeez.
My boy, I almost passed out the last day. I went on my ones and then I met my boys over there. So
who are your boys?
Patrick, he was staying. I know him from uni, so he was. He was the reason I was able to get a place with him, and then so.
Because I was gonna say the lads went to Afro Nation. I thought they were Did they go to?
All I knew I was going there to see Cole and study these.
I'm screaming. You're actually so weird in that sense. So you went to a festival to study.
Just
artists,
see what's
which makes sense. I hear
just
it.
See what's
I
up,
hear
you know what I mean?
You could have also waited till.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
YouTube.
I wanted to do something that normally I wouldn't do.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I was like, may as well just do it. And then on the last day, I almost passed out. that was a long. It was
and it's funny because you don't even drink or not.
Bruh, like the thing is, I drink if I want to, but like
but it's not about drinking in the sense of like you're drinking. That's why they're going. Like people are people are intoxicated. Like it's not by their strength.
Yeah.
You're going with Holy Spirit was carrying you.
That day I knew I actually had strength because I don't look like I do. But then I'm fighting off people like just getting up on me, and then is this recording?
Yeah.
I'm screaming. I'm fine. Anyway.
No comments. Focus.
Nah, I really know. But anyway, I was finding people just like getting all up on me, and the thing I ended up like meet a lot of people.
Yeah,
like, you make friends with people.
Fam, you've already mixed sweat, everything. COVID is there.
I was gonna say something about, but I realized that.
I hate that you know the cameras are on. Just be yourself.
All I'm saying is people were very close.
Yeah,
I had to firm it. Like, do you know what I mean? I was a little too close to some people. Some people were a little too close to me.
Backing it up,
Doesn't matter the gender, but we move.
Couple big. Did I say gender? Could have been a big batty man. You get me?
That's what I'm saying.
Ghanaian thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Egg in that. Anyway, guys, if you can't see, it's my mate, GB Salamay. Welcome. It's been a long time coming.
I know it has.
But that's your fault, though. You know that's your fault.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So if I said, oh, GB, let's interview. What am I interviewing about? I say, what's your name? Salamay. That's it. Thank you for
turning up to There's music.
Say, the music coming out soon. For how many years?
To be fair, you have a point there. But you know what? It's actually mad. I had music when I was saying, music gonna drop, and the hard drive was. Okay. And then I realized, back up your things. So I dropped.
You see why I don't believe you? But yeah, thanks for coming. But yeah, long time coming. When did I even meet you? I was thinking about because I was trying to like put it back. My first memory of you, don't want to expose myself.
I know.
Me standing up on a table or a chair in Waterford.
Yeah, I met you on the stairs.
On a stage?
On the stairs.
No, I met you before that. We talked on the stairs.
Yeah, that's where we met.
No, but like, remember I was standing on the stairs and the songs, whatever was going on, I was dancing, being the life of the party, performing as usual. Then someone turned on the light and then I just looked and everybody was just laughing. But you were the first person I locked eyes with because it was just dark and you're that guy. You get me? Like, I didn't know you were there. Like, you know what I mean? But But happy, like, before we get into things, happy that you're here. I'm happy that you finally dropped music. I'm proud of you in every sense, in the sense that you're finding yourself, you're finding your music, you're being able to do things that you want to do authentically yourself. Like, I don't know a lot of people who would have gone to Rolling Loud to study an artist that they could see on YouTube. Whatever you want to do about that. That's not even dragging you, but that's just... That's just a credit to the type of person you are. And that kind of goes back to the sense of like you taking time with music. Like, unfortunately, you kind of have a perfectionist little thing there, but chat to me, Salamay,
I like your necklace.
Thank you. It's an N/VO type thing. You know, I was in the middle of trying to ask you a question.
Sorry, I just
VO, Vanessa.
Oh.
My last name. Get me. I was even going to say, for the people who don't know, this is not even as interesting as I thought it would be. Where does Salamay come from?
I have to give credit to Deba and Vanko. They are the ones that came up with that name. So essentially it was like 2 a.m. I was working on something and then it was in my boy's house and they just came through the room. This was in uni. And then they was just like, I'm not going to say the rap names in case they don't want me to, but they came up with names and I was just looking at them like...
Deba and Vanko have rap names.
They did.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna lie, it was creative at the same time. And so I was like, when I was asking people to help me out with names, what was all this? So in that moment, we just started, like, Vanko started giving ideas. And then I typed them all out on the laptop. And Salamay was one of them. And that just, like, it looked good. Like, it felt right.
What does it mean?
My last name is Salami. So it's the AY.
Hey. But yeah, chat to me about uni. Obviously, you were doing music in and around then. Were you doing music prior to that?
No, like I was doing music in uni, but it was a hobby and I liked it a lot. Like I loved it. I loved it a lot, but it wasn't something I was for in terms of like, this is gonna feed me.
Yeah.
This is going to pay for things. This is going to be something that I'm going to put my all into type of thing. Because I was trying to venture into other things. So
we're trying to venture in.
But just things with like sport, basketball, things like that.
I don't know why I thought you were going to say soccer or something. I was like, that's what I was going to say. I was like, which venture is this one now?
No, I wanted the ball. I wanted the ball, but I never put in the work that required that. Just even if it was a local type of thing, I wanted to ball. So, but I fell in love with music a lot more than I did anything else. So, it just started taking my time.
What was the difference in obviously not having motivation in one thing, but being able to be fully motivated in another thing? Like, how do you navigate that? Is it a conscious decision, or is it something that just came from the flair of loving music?
Yeah, like I realized that things didn't seem as important anymore, like sleep, food. Like, this sounds all like but it really...
Do you know what's actually annoying me? Because you know Red from Red's house, he tweeted the other day.
I've heard of him.
He's like, oh, you can do a lot of work when you cut out sleeping and eating. I looked at that at like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was tweeted like 3 hours ago. I was like, do you know what? No. No thanks. But anyway, you're saying like you can do a lot of things when you cut out all of those things.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said. But I
Grind, get your money up.
Actually, I'm not like, sleep is important, food is important. Like, there's no point. You can't work if you're dead. But at the same time, I remember when I heard something about, this was years ago, and I heard Beyonce, she was working on her tour and didn't sleep or eat for 3 days. And to me, I was just like, okay. So I don't even.
Dramatic?
Not even. I was just like, okay. Like,
no, for me, that's the first thing. That's not even a banana. Like, come on.
Yeah, but that's for me. It was when I said okay. It was just I couldn't fathom how you forget.
Yeah.
How can you forget to eat? You know what I mean?
Oh, I hear you.
But then, I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm not eating for 3 days or something like that. That's not what I said. But the same.
Famished still, bro.
Can't lie. But things like your priorities change, which it's not a flex, it's not a good thing, it's not a bad thing. That's it depends on the person. But when you have like when you're focused on something, anyone that's you know yourself, when you have passion for something, it becomes the most important thing. It could just be working on a beat, it could just be ramen, it could be watching TV, it could be doing extracurricular activities, whatever you're focused on at that time. Other things don't seem as important.
Yeah.
So that's what it became. Like, I have my gear bag, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna spend like 2 hours in the studio, and then I end up going, it's just training. You know, it took my time, and I have no complaints about it.
That's lit. So obviously, coming from Cork, you're a Cork boy. So let's actually have this conversation since the lads try to do it. So for me, these lads, for me, the production team, big up production team, and that, what can we say? But for me, I understand being from outside of Dublin, but as an artist that's not from Dublin and from Cork, obviously there's a couple of names that you wouldn't know are from Cork. There's obviously the likes of Jay Ronick, probably the biggest, what does he call himself? The biggest influencer in Ireland. We'll allow him to explain that one for us.
Speaking with him.
Sorry?
You will be speaking with him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when he comes on, we'll have a chat. But he's also been coming on for the last 3 years, so I'll hold that. Like, but what does it feel like coming into the majority of the time you have to come to Dublin? So what does it feel like being someone from the outside trying to kind of get people to like you from here? I
never cared, I can't lie to you. Like, I've never tried to get people to like me, because I feel like if you try, you're showing a certain part of you that you want people to know. You know what I mean? I'd rather just be me. And if you don't like me, that's cool.
But in saying that, you obviously want to be accepted, or you want your music to be accepted. How does that feel to not be part of it and trying to be accepted somewhere that's not where you're from?
That's a good question. But, there's some things that, to be totally honest, I'm not even, like, my head isn't there.
Yeah.
Like, I've always been about the music.
Yeah.
From the moment I was about the music, which is quite recent. But the thing is, there's a lot of things behind the scenes people aren't aware of. Like, why isn't this person there when this person should be there?
Yeah.
They're not aware of it when you know. But for me, I've always been so about the music. That's always been my focus. So even like when I get called for shows to go to certain places, and then the first question is like, yo, who else is from Cork or whatever? I've never felt a way like, you don't know that this person existed. I'm just like, okay, whether this person. If you don't know, you don't know.
Sorry, when you said that, you just reminded me of Keston, but yeah. Because Keston's always like, yo, quick, this C-Town, baby,
I know, yeah,
C-Town.
he raps it strong.
Yeah,
and
which is
I respect that. Yeah,
100%.
that's crazy. Like, I love that. Me, I've always just been like, look, if you don't know and you ask, I'm gonna put you on, and then I'm gonna continue with the music. Like, it's always been about me. So even like with just being an outsider, not being from Dublin, I've never viewed it that way. I've always just been like, okay, this is the location where it's thriving the most. You know what I mean? If it was New York and I had to be there, it's New York I'm going to. If it was LA, if it was London, I'm there. I'm not thinking, oh, now I gotta get all these people to like me. I'm gonna just focus. If I believe in the music that much, and somebody else does, if you believe in the music, one person, not me, that's enough for me, because I know that there's somebody else that's gonna do it. So my mentality is, I'm gonna just do me, regardless of whatever behind the scenes is going on. It's worked out so far.
Yeah. And what does that look like tangibly? So what are the differences? What are the things that you've had to change about your life from, let's say, from when I first met you, when you were doing music kind of casually, to now? Why are you laughing? From when I met you, from when I met you and you were doing music casually to now, it's something that obviously you've always wanted to do it, but that has never really shown itself in expression until recently. So what has changed in the sense of the things that you've done to get to where you are?
It's a good question. To be
They're
honest,
all good questions, bro. It's me.
Yes, I'll just keep saying it each time you ask. But to be honest with you, I've always, you know yourself, I've always wanted things a specific way, a particular way. And I realized that, you know what I mean, there's no such thing as perfection. Even though we hear it. But you can fall into the trap of, well, I just want it like this, I want it like this. And then you see somebody else do something. And this was like from the genesis. I remember when I would just see people do things, and so some people I'm around be like, yo, it's not even like that great. Like, I've been around a lot of people who just be like, yo, this person is there, but bruh, if it was me though, like, this is them saying this, like, if it was me that was there, different. And then me, I'm like, I hear what you're saying, but like, they're acting, you know what I mean? They're acting on it, you know what I mean? They're doing it, you know what I mean? Because someone like, if you say J. Cole now, if he decided like, oh, you know what, this is tough, like, I gotta pay rent, I just finished uni, and nobody's signing me right now, I'm gonna stop. None of these would be here, you know what I mean? So it's a case where like some people just continue, and there could be somebody that back then felt like they were much better. They could have been better lyrically than him, but they didn't continue. So for me, it was like, yo, okay, I'm doing this passively, but actually, what do I want from it? Because now I'm falling in love with it. Like, this is becoming home for me. Like, I'm not focused on anything else. You know, whether it's grades, whether it's sleep, like whatever it is, it seems.
So that's pretty much what I'm asking. Like, what are the things that you've had to sacrifice? I wouldn't say sacrifice because you're enjoying making those changes, but what are the different changes, like school grades you just mentioned? How has pursuing music affected that for you?
Time and money. Definitely huge, because then my time, I had to become more selfish with my time. I'm someone that likes to be there for a lot of people and still try when I can. But I started realizing that, like, if you're there for everybody else and you don't focus on yourself, and then time passes, you look up and you still where you wanted to start. You're not where you wanted to end at. You still at the beginning process, but everybody done moved on. You know, like, I didn't ask you to. You could have said that.
And that's the thing that's actually really annoying about people, because like you'll say, oh, I did this and this and this, and I'm just like, I didn't ask you.
You know what I mean? And there's, they have a point.
100%.
So it's a case where I'd rather focus on me and get to where I want to. And those, if they really do got love for you, they're going to understand. That type of thing. So definitely time. Money. I had this line that I said before. It's like, open hand takes the most. That's the way it goes. Niggas always clench fists and it always shows. Like, literally, like, once I open up my hand and be like, okay, I can't just be keeping this little small money I have thinking, okay, I mean, it's still something. I'd rather invest it into something and see it grow. So that was a huge decision. Because hours and hours at Jungle Beam, like on visuals, on whatnot, just put in, because if I'm not invested in me, how do I expect anyone else to do?
How do you have the time to do those? Because college-wise, did you finish, like, what happened with college?
No, I left.
That's what I'm trying to get to. So in the sense of making that decision to leave college, like, how was that to now pursue something that you feel so strongly? I'm sure it wasn't a straightforward decision for you or people around you.
Yeah, for me, like, I never been like, I don't like the traditional route. I like doing what if I'm getting up in the morning, if I like actually go and step out of my bed, I want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to get out and be like, oh, now I gotta go do this and then go back and get up and do the same thing over and over again. Me personally, I want to enjoy every little thing, whether it's I'm just eating cereal, I'm watching. I want to enjoy. Cereal. I've changed, but I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to be even if I'm not smiling like physically. I want to be happy inside. And uni, there was no course I saw that made me like, yo, I could do this every day. So I did it for, to make my, family happy and whatnot, my mom smile, all that, and I would go through it. And then it dawned on me, it was like, okay, she has love for me. Like, she wants me to succeed in it. And you can't love somebody better than how you know to. So this is what she was doing. Now, if I knew of a way where it's like, okay, you want me to succeed, I'm going to succeed.
Yeah.
I will do what you want me to do. But it was not going to be in the way you know it as. You know what I mean? Then why am I here? Because you want me to be happy. You want me to be successful. But this is the way you know her. You know what I mean? I'm living for you when really you just want me to live. You know, that kind of a thing. So
how'd that conversation go?
It was beautiful. It was because it wasn't a permission. It was never about permission. I wasn't asking.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I was just telling to make it sound like as if I was, but respectfully I was communicating with her how I felt and the decisions I wanted to make. And it was more a conversation with God and whatnot, making sure it wasn't just, because I was doing well in uni. So, which was why she was like, why do you want to now go and da. But
be a rapper?
And the thing is, I was sharp. She'd been to the shows.
Yeah.
Like my first show was even in church. And then even the shows I had, like, so whatever was in a bar or whatever, they come and she like, okay. And people come up to her, if someone's crying after the show or something, she'd be like, just focus on it. Like but she saw it. So I feel like she knew what was coming. Yeah. But even when I came up to went to have the conversation, she was like, don't say that yet. You know what I mean? She knew. But it was but she knew it wasn't play. You know how some people would leave out of convenience and then start gallivanting to the streets or whatever. She saw the passion, and it intensified once I made that decision. So that's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, that was when you told me you did that. That was a brazy decision. Yeah. And I mean, from an onlooker and for other people, I do know that a lot of people and a lot of stories, in anything, whether it's sport or whatever, we hear kind of the friction in family, especially in a lot of African families, especially immigrant families, like trying to be like, okay, I'm going to do this thing that is very unstable. I'm not really sure if it's going to make me money, but it's going to, like, happiness is not really the metric we use. You know what I mean? So it's really nice to hear that was, because I've actually never heard that from you, that was her response. That's pretty nice. Big up mom.
I mean, she wasn't jumping for joy.
I hear you, but it wasn't
at the
kind
same
of
time. She understood. She even said, like, what if it's the case where you it didn't go the way you thought? Like, I'm telling you, well, that's a nice speech. Go back to school. Yeah. So you have to leave the house if that's what, because you can't come and embarrass me or whatnot. Then I have to, because how can she ask me that question and be like, oh, then I guess I have to stay in uni. That to me tells me that you're not about what you want to do. Do you know what I mean? So it was always going to happen. But I appreciate the fact that they support me. She like my fan. She was singing some of my lyrics, playing in the car.
I was gonna say she didn't sing what was the interlude or something.
No, she'd be like, I feel like Bruce.
No, what was the one where you were talking about church? Where you're like, oh, you're in church and you want to go smash the next day or something like that. Bro, do you not remember the song where the one that you're being like completely honest? I'm gonna pull it up right now. You know,
it's in the EP.
Yeah. And you're talking about how like just being like a Christian in modern society, in the sense where it's like you want to go to a club, or not even to the club, but there are things that you want to do that you can't. Bro, do you not remember at your own listening party?
Oh, dear. I think I know the song.
You know the song. It's not the last one.
Yeah, PSM.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nah, she don't know the lyrics on that.
I was gonna say, but does she know what Let Me In is about?
I performed that in church, so yeah.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, that was the first song I ever performed.
But yeah, no. So obviously, what else did you have to do? So obviously, you leave college. What did you do work-wise to try fund your dreams?
In uni, I was working 2 jobs. I was working night shifts in Cork, but then I had like a burrito job in Dublin at the same time. So
1 second, did you go to college in Cork as well?
No, in Limerick. So
in Limerick.
I was in Limerick, but then I had night shift in the nightclub.
When you left college,
no, while I was in college. So because I had to pay, for stuff.
Oh yeah.
So and then then I had a job because I needed more peace. So I got a job in Dublin at the same time. So it was like sleep was not a factor in my life. We didn't really have a relationship at that time. But then after I got more hours in the night shift gig, and I told Dublin, appreciate you, but mental health
that's a long
stuff.
thing.
So worked there for a while. I needed pee, and then I got another job. Excuse me, which is what I'm doing now, and it favors what I do.
Flexible,
because work from home.
Yeah, and it's nice to see the steps that you've made in the sense where it was like you didn't do everything at once, in the sense that you were working to try kind of appease everyone, in the sense of appease mom and traditional lifestyle, also do your own thing, also make money a certain way, but you found that something had to go. Since one thing had to go, 2 jobs, another job had to go. Now you're in the sense where it's kind of, I feel like you finally come, because we've had conversations about you figuring out. You're laughing because I could actually pull on so many conversations that we've had, but like in this context is more like having conversations about you figuring out what sound you want and who you want Salamay to be, because you've tried different things. Obviously you love the freestyle thing, that's you, freestyle king, and that, like, I'll give you your flowers and that, but in the sense of there's a difference between freestyling over a cover, essentially rapping at us, to a sense of like actually making a track and telling a story that makes sense, in the sense of the story, like once again appeasing your love for the wordplay, lyricism, but at the same time sounds nice. Because I think that was where, like, as your friend, you would send me beats and stuff, and I'm like, yo, this is hard, but I'm not listening to it every day. Do you know what I mean? And I think that was my favorite thing about like the listening party. I was so proud of you, because I was just like, because I didn't, like, you had music, and then I just got tired of giving out to you, bro. Like in the pandemic, every week. What was that? Hates Me Nesser news every single week on Instagram. Guess who hasn't released this week?
I had to put it in the
Salamay.
song, you know.
I know, I still have it. That outro, I go on it sometimes. I showed Laza clip it into this, but like going from like almost forcing you to make music to like being invited to a listening party, and that whole concept of what you actually wanted to do and how it actually wanted to go. Like I was just like, yeah, this is. Like you haven't arrived, but you're on your way in it. Like, tell me about like the whole process of actually choosing to want a listening party, because not everybody does that.
Yeah, no, like for me it was like I just wanted to share some people hear beforehand, see how that, and I wanted to do something different as well. So I wanted to do the silent headphone listening party. You were there, so you saw the.
There was no silent headphones.
Because we got the headphones, but then there were some
technical difficulties.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and the same thing happened in Cork. The funny thing was, which is when it really hit me, that I was like, oh, people actually care about this, because I sent it out to just a few people in Dublin, and the same in Cork. I didn't expect the numbers because it was extremely last minute. It was like, I think I sent it to y'all like...
You sent me like 2 days before.
Yeah,
I was like, 2 days. I was going to slap you. I was just
some days a day, some people a day
man's
before.
busy, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And people came. I think like the number we had anticipated to attend, just being optimistic, actually came to pass. Yeah. And then in Cork, which shocked me, I invited everybody on the date. Literally, like that night, I had work. Yeah. I hope nobody from work sees this, but I had work that day, and from 12 a.m. to 9 a.m., I sent out invitations. I was personalizing everything, and I forgot I had work. It was 8:59. I said, "Raw, sorry, I did that." You know, I told them the situation, and they were like, "Ah, cool, whatever, it's calm." So I slept for like an hour or two. Got up and then went there to go set up the whole thing. I didn't expect people to everyone to turn up. It was pretty last minute. So, and because it was COVID, so we had to keep the regulations. I think we just had like 30 or whatnot. And it packed out. And it to the point where we had to tell some people, unfortunately, like, so which shook me, because I was like, wow, lads. People, and I got hurt because I knew them, you know what I mean? So, but
They're like, oh, Salamay hasn't even put out one EP and
that
changed.
thing,
like,
you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I wish they could. But the owner was like, nah. And that let me know, I was like, okay, so people actually for this, like people were coming, it was like, yo, finally, like.
Do you know, I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. Music or not, I don't think people came for the music. I think people came for you. And that's not even a gassing thing, like, and that's a credit to you. That's just a credit to you and how you carry yourself and how you deal with relationships. Like, you've been there for me as a friend, you've been there for a lot of us, and we know that you want to do something right. And it's like, yes, the music is a bonus and that's what we're there for, but I promise you there's a lot of people that I'm not making, like, the trek. Like, I live in Dublin, it was a trek for me. Like, I'm not saying that for you to be mad. I made you trek today, so you get me one and that, you get me. But like, there's a lot of people I wouldn't do that for. I don't care. They could be making the best music in Ireland right now and I'm not doing it for them. And I think, like, that's something special about you, where it's kind of like, yes, the music is there, but it's the person that we're buying into as well. Yeah. And like, I think we saw that through the music for once, and it was like, it was really nice. And that's why I said, I think, did I say it on the day? I was like, the clarity in the music was different. And it was like, you say a lot, but I don't hear what you're saying. So it's like, oh, did you get that? Like, obviously it's going over my head. I don't know what you said, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? And I think that was my favorite part about the EP. It was like, I could hear you doing, like, do you listen to Gets before? Yeah, so Gets, when he was like back in the day, Soundclash versus Gets right now, two very different artists. Yeah. We like both of them, but it wasn't until we see Gets now that we realized that, yo, like, that was nice, but this, and that's how I felt. It was like, I've heard, like, you've sent me songs that, like, I don't even think that they've ever been dropped and stuff. They were nice. You get me? They're alright. You get me? But it's like, being able to hear the words of what you're able to say, being able to feel the feelings of what you wanted to, like, get through to us, and then doing it in such a creative way, like in bringing people together, like the names of the people that were in that room that day, they weren't just anybody. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, to have people if we're talking industry, whether the industry or the scene or whatever, to have certain people in there that were at the top of the scene to pull up for you, like, that's a credit to you. And that's like, I want to give you your flowers in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I chat shit and all that, like, do you get me? But like, I just wanted to say that because even just thinking about it and getting ready for this, it was just reminding me about how I felt listening to that. I think I like cried, like not cried, but I cry all the time, so it's not right. But like, I teared up because I was so proud of you. It was so amazing. But sorry, away from all of that, like, what did you do differently?
With the EP?
Yeah, like, how did you get to that?
The funny thing is, I wasn't gonna drop that EP because it was for me. Like, literally, it's for me. It's it sounds for Enemy of Progress, and it's just a reminder. That's why on the top it says "Running Let's Lauren." It means
all of that.
It means a reminder from God. Yeah. So it's just letting me know that's like there's nobody in my way besides me. Like, I am my biggest enemy if I want it, you know, if I allow it to be. So, like, from top to bottom, it's an experience. Yeah. Like, literally, it's just a reminder. Each song, don't be this person, or remember where you were at this point. Like, Take It Easy, that song is when I got the job. After I left the other job and I had long ass hours and I had to take a train and a bus to get and come back, sleep, do the same thing all the time. It's just a reminder. Just literally everything was what I did differently from the past songs that you've heard to this song, to these songs, was take my time. Like, generally take my time and learn from other people. Like, listen more, not just do things out of like, oh, this is cool, I like it. Yeah. It was more like, oh, let me take my time. Let me see what other people have done who I respect, you know what I mean? People I listen to. Yeah. Just, you know, what y'all doing? I was like, I like that. Just curiosity. I started picking apart things that I was like, oh, I don't like this. Why don't I like that? And I'm still doing that. I'm still learning, you know what I mean? I'll play you some stuff after you can hear it.
No,
like, there's
always I'm always, it'll come out in 2030 now.
Did you know I hear the story?
I'm joking. But nah. I mean, it seems like not only people who know about you, but other people have kind of started kind of paying attention because you've done your first festivals this year, right?
It shook me. Yeah.
It shook you.
Not the festival. Obviously, I appreciate that. For at the beginning of the year, I laid out stuff I would like to do and that I want to accomplish, and God willing, everything is emotion. But it's the being aware. like in my head, I love what I do, but I don't expect people now to be like, yo, I love what I do.
You love you. You don't really care about it. Yeah,
so
I hear that.
It's like, because it's me that in that song. So when you say you like that song, I'm hearing you like me.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean?
Man's gassed.
No, it's not even gas. It's like,
I hear you.
Really? Like, you sure? Like, you know what I mean? It's more because my upbringing is a bit different from, everyone has, different life. So everyone has a different path. So for me, it was never like, oh, yo, this is like, let's embrace him. It was not really that. So when I hear, oh, yo, this is hard, I'm like, thank you, appreciate it. But it's a shock to me in a little way.
That makes a lot of sense.
Because I'm like, right.
You don't take compliments about it very
well, don't do what I'm
saying.
saying. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Because I'm just
and then you run off like,
yeah, please.
But yeah, so how did it come about for you, like being, like performing at, I'll just let you drink that because how did it come about with you performing at Body and Soul then?
That was cool, man. And why I think the huge reason I enjoyed it was that I had a lot of people with me there.
Yeah.
So we had the band. We had shout out to the girls as well, just everybody on the team. And so we got there, and funny enough, I was on a bus just sleeping. And then I woke up to like texts from like random, like not random, but like messages I didn't expect for this festival, this gig. I was like, okay. And that was one of them. So when we actually got to the venue, when we were about to go on stage, there was practically nobody on there. This is not an exaggeration. There was nobody there. And then, so I was just like, oh, okay. Obviously, I heard I would like it to be at least one person there. You know what I mean? So everyone's like, hey, look, we're just gonna have fun. It's all of us here, so we can perform with each other.
Exactly.
Shout out Amanda, she's there. Shout out Joseph, he's there. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Southside.
You get me? So like they're showing love. So I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm also, I don't want to mess up her name, but there was another person who was there that was showing a lot of love. Okay. So we're just gonna have fun. Next thing, people comment like, bro, we haven't even started. Technical difficulties, thank you, Jesus. And so I just started like, hey, like, come here. Like, I mean, might as well.
Bring that ass over here, boy.
And then also, shout out my boy, Josh. He, bro, I started talking like everybody on, brother, snare by, like, hey. Just, if it was me, I would be there. That's just what I'm saying. That's what he started telling them. Packed up. Like, as far as like, I was very happy. Yeah. And just as far as the performance, we couldn't even finish. We didn't get to finish the set, but it was dope. Somebody told me, someone came up after and she told me she cried. And for me, I'm just like, okay. Because not like out of like, it was just like.
You're just awkward in those situations.
I'm like, did you? Like, are you sure it was me? Yeah. Maybe it was something else, like, the type of thing.
Sure, nothing else is going on in your life right now.
Yeah, probably, maybe it was like a chord or something you heard, like, maybe it wasn't me. And then another girl sent me like videos, just random videos on Instagram. One of the videos showed that girl who said she cried, like walking away crying. I was like, damn.
Did she explain why she was crying?
She briefly, she didn't go into detail, but she said that one of the songs, it just felt like it was
for her.
It was for her, like word for word type of thing. And it hit me because she's a really cool girl. Yeah. Like, I like that girl a lot. And it's a case where it just made me realize that it's not just for me. You know what I mean? I've been known recently, but it's not just for me.
We take it in now.
You know what I mean? Like, music does things for me from these artists and more that
I was going to say, like, your favorite artists are there, boy. Like Kendrick Cole.
Some of them, yeah. Some of them. He's my favorite. He's been, Cole. He's the reason I saw rappers more than just music. Yeah. It became like a game to me, like it was fun. Like, he's playing around with letters. This is before I was even on Kendrick and like any other artist, because I was late to rap. I grew up on like Whitney Houston, Don Moen, and freaking Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson. It was soul in my house. So it was never R&B, gospel. That it was never rap. I didn't really hear rap, or it was Afrobeats or swing or whatever you want. They call P Square, Wizkid. It wasn't.
Keep naming them. Keep going.
Well, that's all I did. Because that's ingrained in my brain.
I hear you.
And then I found these, and it's pretty cool. It's weird because it's English. You're just playing with it. That's all they're doing. Deep that, like.
I can't. That's not where my brain goes.
It's so crazy. Like, you are a ticket. You have a puzzle, right? And like, all these are words. Every piece is a word, and it's not. You don't have to like. these pieces aren't gonna make one specific picture. You can mess around with as much as you want to make whatever picture you
Unlimited
want. It's
options,
crazy.
like,
And yeah, these are some of the best people who do it.
It's nice to see you kind of explain music like that, because I know that you're really passionate, but I don't think we've ever talked about
I don't be
you
doing
like
that.
like,
Yeah, I don't be doing
me?
that. I just keep it. Because nobody be asking.
But what I'm saying is, like, we've had like bare
Yeah,
conversations, but I don't think I've ever heard you explain music like that. No. You know what I mean? Which is pretty cool. But yeah, so now life of a rapper, and like, are there any downsides to being a rapper? Like, are there any adversities that you've had to overcome recently?
I'm just
that you would like to share with us.
Yeah, it's no problem. I'm just starting. I'm blessed not to have that many. Or like for me, I guess it's my outlook on things. So even regardless of what somebody else might be like, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm not trying to go through that at all. To me, it's just like it comes with the US for this. But I definitely will say, obviously, with the music, I want to focus on the music so much. I want the business side to be handled. I want to be aware.
Sign me up. Manager, not get me.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me. But like, I want the business side to always be taken care of.
That's the business I'll send you. Yeah, we got workmans though. But yeah, sorry, go on.
But nah, like for real, I think like I become so focused in it. I don't want to miss emails.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to miss opportunities. Whether it's a case where a booking agent needs to be sorted, or it's a publicist, or whatever the case is. I know it's the genesis stage right now, but at the same time, it's the inception. But cool, I want that sorted. And right now, I do play a role where it's a case I have to be aware of other things besides the music. If not, this will suffer. But if you focus too much on this, the music
That's literally what I was going to ask. Like,
balancing.
All you've talked about is music and everything, but that's not the only thing in life. Like, how does having the mindset that you have is amazing, great, tunnel vision, but tunnel vision is an active process. It's not only focusing on what you're focusing on, it's also putting your blinders to everything else. How is everything else affected by this? Where is it? I got you. Sorry, I got gas. But yeah, how is everything else affected by that mentality?
Well, what I try to do is ensure that I don't place too much value on this and not enough on other things that matter. So like my family, you know what I mean? Anytime I can spend time with it. Like at times even when I'm at home, I still gotta sort out stuff with the music. But I cherish those moments generally because like it may be the case one day I can't be there. Like recently I've been finding I couldn't be there for some people's birthday that I have a lot of love for. Say, cause like say when we went to Paris for that festival, it was someone I really care for. I couldn't be there for it. And then even now, there's somebody's birthday coming up and I'm not going to be able to be there because there's another event I got booked for. So
you missed my own birthday, boy. It's okay. Everybody else in the world, it's okay.
What are you talking about? I mean, we took English. We spoke.
When?
You mean when? Don't play. Where did I?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I wasn't in the country, but where did I call you?
I don't remember that.
Really?
Yeah, sorry. Carry on.
I'm serious. But now just making sure that I don't spend all this time here, look up and realize everything else was neglected. So my health and sleep and food
eating
and
that.
That's. But making sure that other things are,
being taken care of.
Being taken care, exactly.
But yeah, this was an amazing conversation. I know it was a long time coming, but it's good that it did. So, like I said, over and over and over and over again, really proud of you. Really happy to see where you're going.
I'm the same as well.
Nobody asked you about being proud of me. This is not. It's my show.
Yeah.
I am proud of you. And I'm really excited to see where you go from here. And I really hope that all your hard work and all of the sacrifices and things that you've tried to do and put together come to pass because,
I feel this.
Big up on that, yeah.
Feeling is mutual.
Yeah, thanks. Whatever, weirdo. But yeah, guys, if you got to this far in the episode, thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow the page. Follow Salamay and, listen to his EP and that. Let us know. If you think it's crap, just DM him and just abuse him and stuff. That's what
seriously, may as well.
I'm screaming. This guy's so weird. But yeah, it's all love. See you again.
Yeah, in a bit.